All right, running back.
This is yeah. This yeah. This is the one. Fans of this show that's been rocking with me, and we've taken a lot of slack, Omar, in the comments.
For sure.
There are a lot of Dameon Pierce supporters out there, dude.
There's a lot of them.
Look, Omar, I can only assume that these are guys that are just trying to recapture some of that flair from his rookie season and just want to see him, like get back on the horse, right? Or they just remember what he did his rookie season, but kind of failed to forget it was a completely different scheme, completely different coaching staff. In this particular scheme, and with Bobby Slowick, man, Dameon Pierce has just not gotten it at all. Like there's been nothing in the preseason games, been nothing in practice that indicates that he's gonna get it. So look, I get it. People are like, "Oh man, y'all just some haters. Y'all just hating on him." Bro, no, we love this team. All we're doing, we want to make sure that the team wins. And if there's like someone that is going to stop the team from winning, it's him. You give him the ball, just all production stops. And it's like, yo, that's not hating. That's just having eyeballs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is that all of our criticism and look, so there's two sides of this coin, right? There's people that have been just completely in favor of what we've been saying, right? Agreeing with us and what we've been saying about Dameon Pierce. And then there's other folks that are just like, man, you guys are just hating, blah, 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 whatever the case. And to your point, I feel like that's kind of what they're alluding to, right? However, everything that we have said about Dameon Pierce has been strictly based on stats and statistics. The man did not average more than a yard a carry the entire preseason. And he did get 2 games where he was in there. 2, right? Yeah, two out of because he didn't play the last one.
Yeah,
and so much so
8 carries total for 9 yards. That's his preseason production. That's in game running with the ones.
Right.
That's the total of what he was able to produce.
Yeah, that's the total what he was able to produce.
And y'all want that out there.
Exactly.
This is y'all's king. Is this your king?
So so here's the other thing that I thought was very interesting. We're carrying 5 running backs, right?
Yep.
And what's interesting about that is that back to something that you had mentioned before, a stat that you gave about Mixon, which was that the number 2 behind Mixon in previous years or last year only averaged 40 something carries. Right.
Yeah, man, it wasn't not an average. It's the total of
that was the total. Carries. Yeah, sorry. 40 something carries.
Yeah, the RB2 got like 44, 45 carries the entire season.
So we have a committee of 4 guys that are fighting for essentially 44 carries. If the same scheme and the same situation occurs. Now, I don't see this. I don't see Slowick calling this running back by committee, right? Like, there's going to be a clear workhorse here.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't understand. I don't understand why we went so hard with the running backs.
Well, my theory, and like I say, that this nothing etched in stone. I haven't heard this from the team or anything like that, but. Look, I mean, Joe Mixon's not a spring chicken either. He's also not an old guy. He got a lot left in the tank. But at the same time, bro, we've seen it throughout the years. I mean, you brought up someone like Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it's football. It's sports.
Right.
You don't want to run a guy into the ground. You know what I'm saying? So it is good to have a healthy stable of guys, capable guys that can go. Just because, he ran a certain way last year, obviously with a completely different team out there in Cincinnati, doesn't mean that it may be the smartest thing to do for this team. We need him down the stretch, and he's already dealt with some injury stuff here during training camp. So look, those 44, 45 carries may not be the same for the Houston Texans, especially if you got good and capable guys. But, looking at this list of people, going into training camp, Dameon Pierce was slotted in to be the de facto RB2. And given how absolute garbage he's been, I tried to go on the official Houston Texans website because they did have the 53-man roster, but then when you go over to click the depth chart
it's
tab,
not there. Yeah.
it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Look, bro, you know, if Dameon Pierce is still sliding in at RB2 after everything that we've seen, I got a question. What the hell are they seeing? I just can't see a scenario, man, where you give Joe Mixon a rest and
And then
trot
put
Dameon
in
Pierce
Pierce.
on the field before Cam Akers. You know, just given everything that you've seen from the two. Like I say, not hating. I hate absolutely nothing about Dameon Pierce except for his hair. But when you got somebody that's outperforming you and can do better, you put that guy in there first.
Yeah.
And the other side, man, like we teased at the beginning of the show, Omar, is that I think he's made the roster for now, but I do think that there's still time to shop him. They're still trying to get a trade out of him. Just because he's on this roster at this very moment doesn't mean that he will be by the time we play the Colts. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Happy to see my man Dare in there.
Absolutely. I knew,
Happy
yeah, as soon as I saw that he
and
made
then
it, I was
your
like, yeah,
bold prediction was
British Brooks. So, yeah. So, guys, this is something that we nailed. We got this absolutely right, man.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that Andrew Beck was released,
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Fullback.
this opens up, you know, for our prediction to be right, man. British Brooks is going to work in and be that fullback. And it shows, right? Why else would you carry five running backs on a team? That's not typical at all. They don't have him plugged in on the official roster, like the depth chart, as a fullback.
Right.
But I'm sure that's gonna be the brunt of what he does, right? Otherwise, like I said, you don't carry five running backs. But look, Omar, they can do some really cool things. And this is the genius of Bobby Slowick right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to carry a traditional fullback. But think about, they lined up Cade Stover in the fullback position, man. They would line up man, who else would they line up there? Brevin Jordan. Dude, think about these explosive guys lined up at the fullback. But we already talk about what a nightmare it is to face this offense already. But then you got these guys coming out this fullback H-back position.
Yeah.
It's unreal what they can do. So I thought that was really smart. I mean, you know, I think a lot of people kind of just had Andrew Beck plugged in like, oh yeah, you know, he's dinged up right now, but he's definitely making this roster. Well, no, man, you got so many different options you can plug in right there. And it, by this official depth, you know, this roster, it shows that that's exactly what they're going to do. And it can help the run game because, look, we're talking about running backs right now. Dude, I'm worried about the run game because the offensive line has been a mystery so far on how they going to be able to you know, block the for the run game.